I want to make a quick update video on Final Fantasy and what my thoughts are going into it because we're getting pretty close to release. So right now it's Saturday, April 26th, and it looks like Final Fantasy is coming out in about 6 weeks or so, give or take. So we just had Tarkir Dragonstorm come out, and it was an awesome set. Everyone loved it. The prices are going up like crazy on it. It's hanging out at that $400 mark pretty well. And my thoughts on that were it would only be stagnant if the money started moving towards Final Fantasy, and that's what I'm seeing. So when I made the video about a week or so ago talking about Final Fantasy and what my plan is with it, prices, pre-release prices for collector boxes, I'm only going to talk about collector boxes, were about $605 pretty much anywhere you look. The few stores, websites that had them, TCG Player and eBay sold, and listings were about $605, $600, give or take, right in that range. Now, in the past 2 days, from Thursday the 24th to today the 26th, box prices on TCG Player have gone from $605 to $715. Okay, so very quickly it shows that right now the money is moving towards Final Fantasy, and everyone's worried about the FOMO of missing out on these things. The price is going crazy, and I said before, $600 is going to be a good price. So the $600 boxes are basically gone. Now that's on TCG Player, and there's very few listed as far as how many listed. I think there's like 4 or 5 listings. That's it. That's really all there is. Now, and people are buying them for $715. That's like the new selling price. So I went on eBay. I said, let me see what they're actually going for on there. Now, you can go on eBay and you can find plenty, and I mean a lot, of listings for Final Fantasy collector boxes for $600. Here's the problem. I kind of dug deep into some of those listings. I really looked through to see who was selling these. Was it stores? Was it individuals? What the story was. And it looks like the vast majority of everything under like 640, 650 is individual sellers. And a lot of them, even in the title, say pre-sale, guaranteed pre-sale, confirmed pre-sale. All that is individual sellers that have ordered from stores with a pre-order, and they're going to try to flip them and make a quick 20 or 30 bucks because they're not going to be able to get much. And maybe if they pre-order for 500 or 550 for that quick chance they had it, and they sell them for 600. I mean, honestly, after fees and shipping, they're not going to make much. So they're looking for a very quick flip. I would be cautious with all of those. Like I said, I'm going to start nibbling, and I'm only going to be buying from stores because if a store wants to cancel, fine. It is what it is. But I'm not going to rely on just some random individual that I don't know, that I can't put any kind of stock into on getting some boxes from. So on eBay, there's listings, but it's if you want to trust individual sellers that only have pre-sales from stores. So I think your best bet is still to go from stores at this point. If you go on TCG Player, the cheapest you're going to find, $715 plus tax. So what's that, like $750, $760 shipped to your door? It's pretty wild, and we're still 6 weeks out. So the FOMO's hitting hard. So officially yesterday, I did start nibbling. It was my first one, just a couple of boxes from a store, just from their website. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember who it was. I got it written down. But that's my plan, as I said before, is I'm going to start nibbling on boxes a couple a week. I've got about 6 weeks to release. I want to be able to grab them here and there. If there's a dip in price, I'll grab that. If I grab it in the middle at 600, that's fine. Up at 700, that's fine. Anywhere from that range between 6 and 700, I'm going to grab them. And I'll look at my costs and I'll figure out my average for all of them is. And it's going to be probably between 6 and 650 when I'm totally fine with it. Like I said, I would rather make sure I have these boxes in hand and then hope the price is going to go down. So here's the thing, though. Right now, again, this is all speculation. We have to wait to see what happens on release day and what happens after release day, of course. So we all know the few weeks ahead of time. Well, once we get spoilers in which we don't really have many yet, spoilers, a lot more information is going to come. We'll have a lot more information on the set and how to deal with it, especially serialized cards, special treatments, all that kind of stuff. But then the couple of weeks leading up to it, I noticed for those that shop on Whatnot, that's where I sell on, week and a half out, you start seeing some people that, boxes fell off the truck or something like that, and they have some boxes for sale, and they sell for a crazy amount of money before the actual release date, okay? All that is pre-release hype, and that hype is real for every set, doesn't matter what it is. It happened with Aether Drift, and everyone thinks that's a trash set. For Final Fantasy, it's going to be absolutely insane. People are going to want to make sure that they secure their packs, they secure their boxes, and they get the cards in hand. What really matters is after release. When you have that Friday release day and all the cards can be listed on TCG Player, as we said before, that's when you know what happens. You see the boxes hit the market. You see the singles hit the market. Singles always drop. A few go up, but most of them always drop. And that's what you really see is after it's released and it's available anywhere, you can go to any site and get it. If it's available, you see the demand and the actual supply and what's actually going to happen with it. But just in 2 days, in the past 2 days, past 48 hours, boxes have gone from $605 to $715 on TCG Player with barely any sellers. Again, I don't think a lot of stores are even listing them yet. I've seen a few posts on Facebook and Reddit and things like that of LGS is putting them for $800, $900. it's their business model. If they want to do that, that's fine. You know what I mean? If you're going to get them for what, $300-400 or whatever the cost is from distributors, and then initially charge that $800, they can, because guess what? They're going to sell if they want to. But you know, right now, like I said, I'm going to start nibbling. So I suggest that people, if you want them, don't wait. If you're waiting, when they were 600, I was saying that's a good price to nibble on, and I was able to nibble at some at that price a few days ago before it popped up on TCG Player. And if you're waiting, I don't know what you're waiting for. We're definitely in that time frame where it's close enough to release, about 6 weeks away, about 40 days, 45 days. I mean, are you hoping it drops 5%, 10%? It's not going to, you know what I mean? And honestly, I would rather overpay by 10, 15% than not have any at all. You know, if I end up paying $700 a box versus, you know, everyone else getting them at 600, but I have them, I'd rather have them. You know, don't wait and try to save an extra 10 bucks or 20 bucks. Don't buy from like a individual seller with like 87% feedback on eBay. They've had one sale ever. They joined the account yesterday. Don't do that. Buy from a store, buy from multiple stores. If your goal is to get 2 boxes, buy one from 2 different stores. That's just my suggestion, because one might cancel on you. That there's going to be a lot of things like that happen depending on the supply. Now, the supply could be absolutely phenomenal and great, and there's plenty enough for everybody, and the price will go down. Guess what? If the price goes down to like 600 or below, I'm going to grab as many as I can financially afford. This is a home run set long term, and they haven't even showed anything really for the set yet. So, but you know, use your better judgment. Don't try to buy from somebody just to save a couple extra bucks. It's really not worth it. But yeah, we'll see pretty soon. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this basically daily to see what happens, because pretty soon that's all people are going to talk about. The money is starting to move from Tarkir right to Final Fantasy.